What's up?
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. Like always, trying to maintain and survive the Trump.
No comment on that one. Every day. I
But
feel
yeah,
like I'm torn between is it the weather? Is it the president? Is it ICE? At this point, I don't know. You just wake up and go to work.
yeah,
What else can we do?
I do the same thing. I just go through it and see what happens from there.
Adulting is hard. Life is hard. City state we live in is hard. I don't think I've ever gotten fucked over this much until adulthood. But so, what we talking about tonight?
I mean, shit, I totally forgot. My brain is like going through it right now. Just everything. What's today? Talk about I don't know.
I
I'm
got you.
I'm
I'm
drawing a
sorry.
blank. I'm drawing a
I'm
blank.
trying to think. You gotta get you some wine. It's the Lord's Day, so we gotta help. See, it'll
I should get
pep in
something
your
to
step
drink.
for the evening.
You know, get something.
So one thing I have realized in my mature age is communication between male and female completely different. Completely different. Women are very emotional based. Men are logical.
Yeah.
So me going to a man and saying, "Oh, this is what's going on, and this is how it made me feel," I kind of feel like the counterpart is more of a, okay, figure out what the problem is, how to solve it.
Okay. That works.
Eh,
Mean, but I mean, still, it's complicated because you know you get to those points where neither party want to listen, or the female feels like the logic that we're spewing is not what they want to hear, so therefore it doesn't make sense to them, and they don't care what you got to say because it's not what they think or want to hear. So it becomes a battle to basically do you coddle or do you stroke the ego or do you just continue to argue because that's what basically is going to happen. It's going to be a common argument.
Time we come to y'all and tell y'all something, everything is not a problem to be solved. We may genuinely be trying to vent and trying to communicate, like, hey, this is how I felt, this is how my day was. It's not necessarily for you to solve the problem. I
Right.
just want to be heard. And even if I'm not fully understood, just listen.
Okay.
But don't hit me with the, "Oh, wow, okay." Like, I know you're running down a checklist of words to say, so you don't try to solve the problem.
Exactly. That was just about what I was
You
about to
think
say.
you think that, "Oh, wow, okay, it's making me feel heard." It's more like, "Well, what the hell am I telling you for if you gonna run down a checklist?"
It's not even that. It's like, okay, she's venting. All right, I'm just hit. But then y'all hit that pause, and then y'all give us that look like you're expecting us to say something. And we just say, okay, oh, that's all you got to say? Oh, what else should I say? If I say anymore, you might be having an issue with it. So I was like, I'm, I'm, I'm stuck.
Okay. So how do we communicate that we just want to vent? We're not looking for you to solve the problem, but how do we say that? How do we come to you because our minds are so different. The
So
communications are so different.
yeah, so like with us, is like, okay, our woman is coming to us, telling us her day, and she's venting, and she has a problem or whatever. And our first instinct is protect and try to help solve the situation. That's our first instinct because we feel like if we don't do that, then she's gonna be like, "Oh, you don't care," or you're not gonna say nothing. So I mean, you can let us know. It's like it's hard.
Damn.
Let us
I
know.
almost feel
I
bad
mean,
for y'all.
you can sometimes tell when it's just venting and they just try to get you know something off their chest. Sometimes you can just say something and then you realize, oh, she's just venting. She's not really looking for me to say anything. So then you just pull back after you say what you said, or you gave your first instinct to like, so why don't you try it? Did you do this? No, but I'm just letting you know. Oh, okay, and that's when you can just say, "Alright, Imma sit back and Imma just listen and give you, you know, no, I understand. Yeah, that sucks. Does anybody else feel the same way? Have you spoke did you know, do everybody feel that way? You just then you just be try to make it a conversation then more so me trying to, sit there and, you know, make it more than that.
Okay, so the reverse. When y'all
Well,
come and tell us something, and we're not trying to solve the problem, we're trying to give resolutions and different ideas and different aspects, but y'all just want to be heard. Y'all don't equate it to the same.
we definitely not trying to get no a
We
lot
can
of times
solve
we are
problems
definitely not
still.
trying to we're just looking for your insight, if anything. It's like, "What do you think?" We ain't trying to get you to solve anything. What I'm trying to get some insight before we go and do something stupid. Like, see what she thinks. A lot of the times we are asking more so than just having a venting situation where we just venting out, how we feel and stuff. A lot of times we just want to get somebody else's insight that we trust, and before
Yeah,
we
trust us emotional beings to have logic. I appreciate that. See, you recognize we have logic too at times.
so it's just like if we're calling our we do, we call our mothers, like mom, such and such and is happening, but moms too, especially mines. They just want to insert themselves like, "Mom, it's just me just asking my mom for her opinion. I'm not asking you to get involved or do anything. I'm just asking your opinion." So, so
That's mommy's instinct, though. Protect my kid no matter how old they are. Let me help you get through this problem because I don't want you to go through it, and I don't want you to suffer through certain things. That's a parent problem. I don't know if dads is like that, but I'm a mom, so
no,
I
dads
get
is
it.
dads is more like who we gotta hurt, especially when it comes to our little girls, so it's like who we gotta hurt, you know? So
Glad I ain't got them problems then. Glad I'm the mom. I'm trying to scheme and figure out how can we avoid charges.
she said, "How can we avoid charges?" Well, I
Just in
mean,
case, females tend to run off of emotions. So, a kid might do some dumb shit. I gotta figure out how to avoid charges.
yeah, I could see that, but
Don't it equate to y'all trying to figure out whose ass I gotta whoop? Who do you think communicates things better? Men
m-
or
m-
women?
us 100%, we do.
Why? Let's hear it from your perspective. How do y'all communicate better?
Because emotions gets in the way of everything. There is no it's just pure emotion and anger and all that stuff getting involved or in the way of rational thought for some strange reason. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's majority of women because there's some zesty ass niggas out there that react the same way. But
Right.
us got logically thinking, we try to compartmentalize what we're thinking before we react, and we try to communicate it as simple as possible so both parties can understand. But for some reason, the opposite sex never seems to understand it at all.
Because where's your emotions? Y'all
It
don't
comes
have any?
after the fact. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let me think this through first before I react. Now I'll react. You know, sometimes it becomes a battle. You see what happens when a man goes off of emotions. They do dumb shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And this younger generation, they're 100% all emotion. That's why you get all the shootings, the killings, and all this other nonsense. They don't know how to handle their emotions at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta, you know,
I guess when I'm
trust
told,
me, it took me a while to freaking learn. I used to be 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds.
and I had no
You
emotion.
know.
I had no emotions. I just never gave a shit about nothing.
Yeah, you was that type of person. Yeah,
I
you
didn't
you was.
care. It's like,
Until
oh,
now.
yeah, yeah. I grew feelings. I grew a heart.
But yeah, I never I was like I never had that problem until now,
This an
and I
after
don't
30 problem. You control your emotions. I grew some. Shit.
it happens.
Being on both sides of the scale. I don't know. I think the emotionless part wasn't the best. This part of life, I guess I'm struggling because I've always had logic, and if it made sense, cool. But now it's like being emotional based with less logic, it's different. It can be overwhelming.
Yeah, it definitely can.
So trying to communicate to a man those things without looking for a resolution or just venting, it's just like, "You're not listening. You're not listening. I don't need you to solve my problem, just listen."
I think I sent something out to your bestie and to see, but I'm not sure if it's audience or guest. I'm not 100% sure.
I spoke to her earlier, unless she fell asleep early.
You think she sleep?
It's possible. I know I'd be asleep. I've been in and out of sleep all day. So, got a little bit of energy. My god, that's another thing when you get older. Do you nap during the day?
Yeah, I'll fall asleep instantly. If I, yeah, it happened yesterday. I was supposed to do another video on the one with Felix.
Mhm.
He told me, "Yo, I'll be ready around 10." I'm like, "All right, bet." Oh, he said no. He said 9. It was like 30 around there. He was watching a movie with his wife, and I sat here, turned on the TV, was about to watch a video. I didn't wake up till 1:30. Totally fig Go figure. I
I'm
don't
not
know,
used to this.
but not regularly, but, like, situations like that, yeah, I'll nap. Other
No,
than
it's
that, I'm
getting weird. The older I get, it's getting weird. Like mentally, I'm still in my 20s, you know? Yesterday, yeah, was it yes?
naps
Yeah,
naps are
nap,
essential once you
arthritis.
reach it. Once you reach 35, naps are essential.
I'm not feeling this. We used to go out to the club from Friday to Sunday and wake up Monday, even though we got home at 3 in the morning, still get up by 6, make it to work by 9.
Still do it.
But
Do
not
I
every
prefer to do it every weekend? No, but I could still do it.
I can do it for a week and Imma need recovery for about 3.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause think about it. I literally, I what? Go to I gotta be to work now. I gotta be to work at 8. I don't go to bed to maybe 1, 2 o'clock. I don't know why. And then next
'Cause
thing you
it's the
know,
little bit of time you get to yourself. Whatever time everyone finally gets to sleep after dinner's done, well, you don't have no little kids, so you get that part, but I think for me, I do the same. I'll be to bed by, like, 1, 2 o'clock, sometimes even 3 or 4, and still get up at, like, 6, and it's because my kid is finally asleep, the dog is asleep, I done cooked, I done cleaned up the kitchen, now it's literally my me time because I will work from 9 a.m. to damn near 11 o'clock at night.
shit.
It's my me time, it's my punishment and my, I guess my guilty pleasure of I know I need to be asleep, but I really wanna catch up on my show. This is the only time I have peace and quiet. Damn shame.
No,
Nope. The joys of still being in my age and still rocking youth size sneakers.
you so lucky. You so
That's
lucky.
another problem I got. When I was 16, all these sneakers was like $100.
Yeah, you see people spending 250, 300. I'm like, "I spent $125 on that same shoe."
Guilty.
It's like, "You
That's
stupid for
so
spending
guilty.
that much money on that damn shoe."
I probably am, but I'm okay with that because now I could honestly say I work for it and my bills is paid,
Yeah, I just paid rent. I hate paying rent.
and I don't gotta hide my shopping bags from my parents no more.
Or a significant other. I gotta hide stuff from her sometimes. Like, "Damn, I wasn't supposed to spend that money."
Well,
Hopefully,
see,
it'll come before she comes home, and then next thing I know, like, "You bought something?" I'm like, "Yeah, unfortunately, I did." "How much did it cost?" Oh, well, let's see how what had happened was,
oh shit,
it
you
wa
should know better than to start
it
with
was
that.
there was a sale, so I got it on a sale, and I
Ah,
didn't wanna miss the sale, so,
see, you couldn't tell me no shit like that. I'd start singing, "Why you always lying?"
I mean, it is what it is. Let me see, do I still have that video?
What video?
That video that I was telling you about that I had sent a friend of mine, and I was asking her what she thought of it. Let me see.
I guess that's the beneficial part. My significant other likes shoes just as much as I do, so there's really no
You know
question.
me, I used to love all that stuff, but then I had kids, unfortunately, so I can't afford that stuff anymore. One's in
You
college, the other one's a super expensive little girl.
That's the only person I'll be hiding my bags from. Last night I went shopping with my mom, picked up my child from her friend's house. I hid the bag. I said, "Nah, you go upstairs first. Make sure she made it to her room." Hid my shopping bag, making I'm coming up the steps, making sure she went all the way in her room. Threw my stuff in my closet, threw out the bag deep in the garbage. Why am I hiding from my kid when I work for my money like I'm hiding from my parents? Lord Jesus, take the wheel.
'Cause you know she's gonna ask for something.
Always. That's why I didn't even tell her we went to the mall or went to the steakhouse last night because it would have been like, but come get me. No, no. I need some me time.
E-Town. Shh.
I just miss the prices from when we was in our younger days. This shit a scam. I did see that. I did. But that ain't a lie. That is not a lie. And that's because of the lack of communication. You don't
Exactly.
listen to my feelings, somebody else will. Somebody else will.
Somebody always will listen. That's why they call therapy.
Right.
So, you don't need to go and cheat to have somebody listen to your feelings. You can go to therapy. How
No,
about
that's
that?
very true. But they also say a shoulder to cry on is a to ride on. So
Okay.
there's
Not
always that.
necessarily because you got your mom, you got your pops, you got your sisters, you got your brother, you got your uncle, you got your cousins. So it doesn't have to be a stranger,
You're right. But that's not how a female is thinking.
right? Because they want to
If
go
she
out
not
there. They want a reason to go out there and do something they're not supposed to do. And they need whatever reason that is to go out there and do it.
listen, I'm
He
not
didn't
even
do
gonna
nothing
lie.
wrong. So if I do that, I'll be in the wrong. But now that he didn't listen to how I felt and he hasn't been we've been arguing a little bit.
Now I
This is
gotta
my
get
chance because this guy is listening to me. So now I
I
have my
gotta get
reason to go and do what I've been plotting to do anyway.
no. All right, so Imma speak from both sides of the fence. Somebody who did do that, somebody who won't do that, right? Back in my previous chapter Back in my previous chapter of life, I did not cheat on this person for 6 years. I got ignored. My feelings weren't heard. There was a whole other heap of shit going on. I
Okay.
did not cheat.
Okay.
One day I snapped and was like, fuck it all. This one is listening, this one is paying attention. Yes, yes. And I
Well,
did.
you coulda called me.
I probably could've, but I did not.
You
I
coulda called
stayed
Ty.
it off.
You coulda
I
called
stayed off
Ty. You
like a
coulda
pirate.
called Sean. No, I don't never mind, never mind. I
Yeah, I was married and everybody was trying to live this life of
Chrissy.
adulting. We were all
Nah,
going
you
through
already
different
know
shit.
damn well
Well,
you
now I know. That's why I call ya now. But
but go
that's
ahead.
also it's not necessarily because I don't trust myself. It's just in this part of my life, I'm not looking to vent to anyone that I would even feel either I am looking for that or they are looking for that. I don't trust many people at this age.
Yeah. It's kinda hard nowadays too.
Yeah. So if I can't tell my significant other or if I can't talk to y'all, then we go to chat GPT, talk to the therapist. I write it in a journal, light that piece of paper up, but I'm happy where I'm at. So I've got tunnel vision.
Yeah. Like, what well, you know my situation.
Right. Because you fuck up. It's probably more than one person. Well, she ain't probably ain't the only one coming after you. I'm gonna have a shitload to say. Like, excuse the
But
fuck out of me.
it's not always necessary to go out there and cheat. I mean, both my situations, both my children or whatever, I was cheated on in both relationships. It happened. It was what it was. I always joke about, damn, then if that was gonna happen or if that was going on, shit, I should have been doing it. Not like the opportunities wasn't presented, but I didn't. It is what it is. I don't hold no resentment. I don't hold no harsh feelings. I don't, you know, condemn them. I wish them the best. Still speak to them. We're still cordial and everything. We do what we have to do as parents, but it hurts.
Yeah, it's
So I get
damaging.
it because you know what the situation is. It's like, okay, they're not just trying to get a nut off. They actually
Mhm.
like the person or have some type of connection with the person,
Yeah.
you know? But a guy, he's just trying to get a nut off and he don't care if he sees her again or not. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it's right,
No, definitely not right.
but it's not like, yeah, this happened, but I'm going home to my wife. I'm going home to my girlfriend. I'm going home. This was just a situation that happened, and let's leave it as that. That's how a guy looks at it. A girl looks at it as
An emotional attachment.
an emotional attachment, physical attachment, and so because once you give up that physical attachment, it basically sometimes no turning back from it. It is what it is. Now there's a part of you that's attached to that person or whatever. So it's like, where do you go from there? How do you handle that? You know, so and then they'll try and play both sides, and then it becomes more than it needs to be.
So for me, I think the transition of not wanting to keep that same state of mind where it's like, okay, you're not paying me any mind. I started to understand soul ties. I started to realize what I deserved. I started to set boundaries. I started to see things differently and understood that because someone pulls back or isn't giving you something that they normally do doesn't mean that they're doing something behind your back or even pertains to you. They may genuinely be having something going on that they're dealing with that they're not speaking about. So to me, that went back to the whole communication is important.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. That's why now with who I am with now, communication is like our main way of like so like we give each other our space. We give us our alone time. Like she gets out of work, she gets out before me. She does whatever she does to decompress and whatever. When I come in, she lets me take my stuff off, sit here in my game room, decompress, and she doesn't really bother me or whatever. She may ask if I want to eat or whatever. and we'll eat together and whatever. Then once I go upstairs, that's when we'll do our
Together
conversating,
is hard.
and that's our time to talk to each other and laugh, joke, do all that type of stuff, and get stuff off our minds, and you know, and talk about everything. We don't, from what I know, we don't hide nothing from no one, from neither one of us. So it's like, if this is bothering me, I let you know. If that's bothering you, you let me know. We talk it out. Somebody get upset, they get upset. Okay, I understand. I get it. Separate for a little bit. It's over. It's done with. There's no, because we spoke about it, and so it, I think doing that, learning a little more from my past relationships, and not bring that stuff over here. See what I did wrong and see what went wrong, because I can't take 100% blame. I'm not saying I didn't have no blame, because it was kind of me supposedly not being as, not even caring. I didn't listen supposedly, and you know I worked a hell of a lot, so I wasn't always there, but I was there. I focused more on the kids than anything, but I did focus on them as well, on her as well. But it was whatever caused those, or that situation with the ex-wife. I decided, you know what? Let me make some changes. Let me go about things a little more differently and be a little more open. Scorpio, we're kind of reserved. We kind of keep things to ourselves. We don't really like to divulge a lot of stuff. But I decided, you know what? I'm gonna try and be a lot more open. I'll communicate a lot more. If I'm feeling a certain way, say something instead of just holding it in, which is still hard. But
Yeah.
you know, just to get that out. So, because if your partner doesn't know what's bothering you, there's no way they can fix or have the opportunity to fix kind of what the situation was. I didn't know what was bothering her, 'cause she didn't let me know. So there was no opportunity.
'Cause you were supposed to be a mind reader.
Yeah. So
That was the misconception when we were younger. You're supposed to just know. Lack of
see how, but
communication.
yeah. So, so I'm doing things a lot differently, and and it makes you feel a lot less like
Heavy.
yeah, and you're not boxed in and gotta be walking on eggshells and stuff like that.
Mm.
Everything seems to be just,
Smooth.
smooth.
I have for myself, I have learned to say what's on my mind, say how I feel. Do I still run into those situations where it's like, did I say too much? Was that too much? Yes. So sometimes it may take me a little bit longer to get out what I feel or what I think, but it gets there. It gets there. I am still learning, still growing, still very aware of where I need to continue to work on things with communication. I'm fully aware men are not mind readers. Sometimes we speak in riddles.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking riddles.
So just be flat out and blunt, keep it simple so it's interpreted just fine.
Yeah, yeah. Same here.
And I think the other thing that I learned was stop having pre conversations in my head, assuming I know how it's going to occur. Just let it play out. Stop being so guarded and just be open and honest.
I have realized that the more you the more you are guarded, like you said, the more you push people away because they don't know what's wrong, and then they start thinking it's them, or to just think something wrong with you. Then they don't wanna, it's like, "Do I wanna deal with this? Do I wanna have to continue with this nonsense for no apparent reason? I haven't done anything, so, why are they acting like that?" So it's like,
Yeah, self sabotage.
yeah, that too.
In those moments, you could possibly be blocking your own blessings. Someone who is willing to work with you and be patient and give you grace and be open to communicating and listening and growing with you and trying to figure out how to love you correctly. Yeah. Oh, how adult love is so different than love in your 20s and teens.
Most definitely.
Back then it was selfish. Now it's selfless. It's like, yeah, I care about what you think. Yeah, I care about how you feel. I don't want to make you feel this way. I want to stay with you. I want to work it out and grow with you, not just in age and throughout life, but mentally and emotionally. Damn. Look at us. Logic and feelings and communicating. We
Being
are the grown
adults.
ups now.
You believe that?
No, I don't. But it's nice to look back and realize where we have grown.
Mhm.
Like I keep saying, I have feelings now. Was it the Tin Man who needed a heart?
Yeah. 10 men needed a heart, the scarecrow needed a brain. It's a bit much.
Yeah.
Relationships.
Yes, yes. The first few were life lessons.
Yeah.
I don't look at them in regret. Do they still hurt from time to time when I sit and think deeply? Of course. It's like, damn, why would you do that to me?
Of all people.
Of all people. And that's not to say I'm like the most innocent, sweetest person on the planet of Earth, but for myself, I've never had any ill intent for anyone that I've had a committed relationship with, which
Mm.
was not many. But where's the line?
Both my prior relationships with both my kids' parents were long term.
See, I've only
Shit,
had
10 years plus each. But
right. My first long-term relationship, I was what, 16 to like 20, 21,
okay.
something like that. Then the next one after that, I was like 24, 23. Then the following one was only 2 years, but that was after the 10-year one. And it was like I realized my boundaries, what I was willing to do with what I wasn't. And that was semi easy to cut off. Logically, it was easy to cut off. Emotionally, it was like, but you get over it real quick when you realize you're really not getting what you deserve. So,
Yeah, definitely.
which kind of made this one a little easier and nicer and healthier.
What's your current relationship?
Yeah, yes, it's nice.
You sure?
It is.
That face gave me something totally different. Like, is
No,
it really?
it is. It's got its ups and downs, and I still have that I'm still learning how to understand that I can't always be selfish. It's not always just my feelings and my thoughts that are in this relationship. It's a
Right.
whole nother person who has a different perspective of things, handles things differently, articulates things differently, feels differently. And, men are logical, not emotional. There's
Mm.
a lot more logic on that end, but the communication, when it's broken down after I go through my roller coaster of emotions, it's okay. Now I get your perspective. Now I'm thinking like you. I'm back to the baseline of logic and emotion. We're good. I get it. Still learning, still focusing on how to be a better partner, not just for him, but for myself, because this is probably the healthiest relationship I've been in from 16 to whatever my age is at the moment.
Okay.
But communication is a big thing, at least for me.
Mm.
I love it. Now all I need to do is win a lotto and dip off and buy an island and communicate from over there and be a Wi-Fi with everybody with a nice pina colada and a pineapple.
How's that going?
My dream, a dollar dream. Well, I don't play the lotto, so there's that. No, it's a scam. So what's going on with the Super Bowl? What team are you going for?
I'm not sure, man. It's crazy.
You know I don't do sports, so I don't even know who's playing at the Super Bowl, but I know who's playing at the halftime.
Daddy Yankee.
I feel like I just gave the face my niece would give.
Who is? I forgot his name.
Bad Bunny.
That buddy. Yeah, that guy.
The only thing I keep hearing is, I hope he don't come out in a skirt. Listen, I don't care what he comes out with. Just very proud to be Puerto Rican. That's all. Just like when Shakira and J-Lo were there. I'm all good with it. Not hating.
Wow,
Representation, that's all.
that's crazy.
Listen, I done missed when, well, I don't take the train, but he had a whole concert in the train in the Bronx, had a concert going down Grand Concourse. I was in Puerto Rico when his residency started.
Oh,
Like,
for real?
I've gotten close, but not close enough. Now, his album is fire though. I give him that. I like his music.
I can't even tell you if I know any of his music. I know I probably do, but mm,
He's been on, who got a song with? He did a song with Cardi. He's done, who else with English? I don't know about in English, but that's the only one I could think of. He's got a lot of music. I like it. I like his latest album. There's that.
I mean, hey,
I don't know who's playing, but I hope somebody does well. Who is playing?
Patriots and Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna act like I know who they are.
you got issues. That's not good.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. For some reason, sports just his brain doesn't pick it up. See, he asked me to cook for a Super Bowl party. Cool, I could do that. Tell
Can
me
you?
sit and watch the halftime. Cool, we could do that.
Would you do it?
Well,
Cook for the halftime.
I would. I like cooking. I find joy in cooking. Not today, but yeah, catch me during a holiday. My spread be huge and nobody comes over. So it just be food for days.
At all? No one comes. Do you invite anybody over?
Yeah. Besides y'all and my parents, that's it. I don't know nobody else. I don't want nobody else in my house. I don't know nobody else. I don't want to know nobody else. That's another thing I've
That's
realized.
why nobody comes over. You ain't inviting anybody over.
Listen, I don't want nobody in my house. Energy is a big thing. You can't bring everybody to your house. You cannot. Look at all this shit I'm learning as we've graced these wonderful ages that we are. Can't bring everybody to your house. You can't. You should. What is it? Soul ties and self awareness and communication and being empathetic. See, none of this consisted in my mind or my heart in my 20s or my teens.
It's
I'd be
it's
like,
all a part of it's all up.
yeah, I thought I was gonna be like Peter Pan. I had hope. Like I knew I wanted the age to be 21, I just didn't want everything that came after that. Bills, work, responsibilities, a conscience.
Wow.
It was fun being free spirited. Just didn't like coming home to deal with my parents, and I've become the parent.
Well,
It's the circle of life here. I guess that's why for me cooking is self-soothing. I get to forget about those problems and enjoy the aromas of all the seasonings mixed together and the excitement of when everybody's like, "This is good. Glad you liked it. Now I feel good." That's what cooking is to me. It's like staying up late and just having time to yourself. And still act of service and cooking to satisfy the belly of other people.
uh, hey,
What can I say? We have grown to very mature people. We are the new adults.
are we really?
Well, today I had a kid tell me I'm really not an adult. I'm still a child. I said, yeah, a child of God. And again, it was coming from a 6-year-old.
That's not good.
Well, the kids see I'm not an adult, but I'm not really a kid. So I guess that Peter Pan wish is still in effect, somewhere in between. So they say we live until what, 70 if we're good. Have we passed middle age basically?
Yeah.
So I wonder what we're gonna sound like when we're in our 60s. What revelations will we have in about 20 years?
Oh,
But we
we're gonna look back and see all the stuff that we did. I mean, we doing that already now.
right. So
Like
it's like,
we already going back and reliving all the shit we done, did, people we did.
nah. Some of those need to fall off like credit.
Yeah. After 7 years, it doesn't even count.
Mhm. Shit. Yeah.
But those mistakes or those situations help build the person that you are.
Yeah, they do. So it begs me to, I guess I'm wondering in 20 years from now, what will I be looking back at and laughing like I do now when I look back to my 20s? Like we did a whole heap of dumb shit. There was a lot of lessons learned. I wouldn't call them mistakes. Lessons learned.
Yeah, lessons learned. Yeah.
But
You
it's
got
like,
beautiful children out of it.
yeah, but those weren't the only lessons we learned. We've learned other things outside of relationship wise, just being who we are in general. Like, I didn't know how to cook until I was what, 20 something?
Damn.
Yeah, I
Sheesh.
know.
Damn.
I did not. I couldn't
Wow.
even make a bowl of white rice for you. Yep.
I learned what? 8? About 8 years old? So when my mom started pushing it in my head, and then every time I would go down south, I'll ask questions, watch, stuff like that. And then, then both my kids are Spanish, of course, one Dominican and one Puerto Rican. And I watch them cook, so I can cook some of that stuff pretty darn well. And now I decided to learn how to bake. So I've been self-teaching myself how to bake.
My first cooking experience, I screwed up boxed mac and cheese.
I don't know. Which one? Kraft or
It was
the
more
liquid
like
gold?
soup mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Yep. But so I guess that empowered me to instill my child that's 6 years old to start teaching her ass how to cook because you are not going to go out into this world fucked up like I was living on
Not
your
knowing how
own.
to cook. You ain't gonna find nobody these days that and not know how to cook.
No.
My mom
And she
said,
took
"I'm
her
teaching
down.
you how to cook because you're not gonna depend on no one to cook for you because she not gonna be here all her life." So I was like, "I bet." I actually like cooking, so it don't really matter. But I was like, "Yeah." So if the lady decides to say, "You upset with me? Not talk to me? She
And
ain't
not
cooking
feed you.
and not feed me, that's
Well,
fine. I cook my
you
damn
date
self.
you have a pattern with Hispanic women, so, even if
Yeah,
I'm
but
mad
this
at
one I
you, I'm gonna
didn't know was
feed you.
Spanish. I didn't know this one was Spanish. I should have known, but like I said, the situation occurred. You see her daughter, you're like, "Okay, she's black, but she's probably mixed." And then you see her mom, you're like, "She's just probably a light-skinned black person." No, she was Puerto Rican, unfortunately. Well, I can't say unfortunate because 'cause I've been with her 6 years, but,
You
you
like
know,
what you like.
because I was done. I was done with the
With
Spanish.
what? With
Spanish
what?
women, I was done with their asses.
You a lie.
Done. It's like, no more. Women in general, I was like, "Fuck these women." You know what?
Yeah,
What's that new term these kids use? Fuck boy. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna be. I give up. I'm not trying to be in no relationships no more because
so
these
you
these
trying to
chicks
be a
these
city
days
boy?
are just all full of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's all I'm gonna do. And you know the rest. She was not trying to have it.
That's what
She
Hispanic
was
women
like,
do.
huh?
That's what we do.
She was like, nope.
I don't care
You
what you say,
you
you gonna fall
you
nuts.
gonna be mine one way or another. I'm just letting you know. I'm like, oh, I'm not sure I'm not ready. 6, 7, and she was not having it. She was not trying to hear it.
She said, "Oh, I like that one." Snatched you up real quick. Mm. You mines. You coming with me.
Yeah, and I'm still here. And
Right,
and
see?
and, and, and you like her,
I love her.
sister love her. So, you know,
Okay.
people that are important to me like her. So, and she loves and cares about me for me with all of my hiccups and burps. So you
Damn, you
can't you
gas.
can't you can't go wrong with somebody that is okay with all of that shit about you. It's like,
You know
yeah, I
why?
know I could be a jerk sometimes, and I know I could be hard headed and stubborn, but she still loves me for me. So, you know,
It's unconditional.
yeah, that's hard to find. You find a woman that can
It
love a
is.
guy unconditionally and not
Yeah,
conditionally. You
right.
know, so
She loves you and everything that comes with you, and that is definitely something that is a rarity.
yeah, I've been in those conditional relationships.
Yeah, we all have.
And when those conditions change, the relationship change.
I'm out. Shit, you don't even want to talk about it? You don't want to work through
Like,
shit?
really?
It's too
What the
hard?
fuck?
You that
What
weak?
happened? Can you tell me what was going? Like, there's just nothing.
Nah, they just chuck up the deuces. I'm out.
Peace. Like, shit. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time and your experience.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
leave you a Yelp review.
4 stars dropped to a half a star. So yeah, yeah. It sucks. It sucks. But I
It
mean,
does.
you learn from it, and you just make better choices and
Yeah.
go about things a lot differently. And that's what I do now. Third time what?
And causes you to rebuild and check your boundaries and forces you to grow when you feel like you can't even get up and function.
That second one had me like that. That's for damn sure. And I
It
didn't
does.
expect that shit. Because that's not my type of person. That's not my personality. But that second one, boy, oh boy, oh boy, had me for a doozy. Like,
Yeah.
man, couldn't eat, constantly on my mind. What the fuck did I do? What went wrong?
Then find the correct formula to figure it out.
It was everything. Like, it's like all I did was work like a fucking zombie since it was not even focusing and paying attention to what I do or what it was that I was doing. It was more so just muscle memory. I know what I'm there to do. I'm just doing it. And then that moment you stop doing that, everything floods the head and the brain. What are they doing? What is going on? What happened here? What can I do? How can I fix that? How can I do this? How can I do that? That shit was killing me for a while, and that's not my personality, so when that happened, it was like, "Ah, man, what the fuck just happened just now?" Then it was just, "Alright, leave work, go home and work out, go to sleep," 'cause I wasn't hungry.
Use your robotic mode.
My brother had to wake me up, "No, you eating, get the hell up, eat this," type shit, and I pick up my daughter and take her to school, pick her up from school, drop her off, pick her up. She can't sleep, go over there, sleep with her, and then go back to my mom's.
All while trying to detach yourself from
Yeah,
this person. How was
it
that
was it
experience?
was it was hell, man, and I've had friends, female friends mostly, that would talk to me and ask me why guys are like this, why are guys like that? What is this? What is that? And I try to be that mediator and tell them don't stress it, this is this and this because I'm not that, oh, you're guy code, you're not supposed to tell fuck that. I got a daughter. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I got a sister. Ah, no, it isn't always like that. And these are friends of mine, so I'm like, don't stress it. This is what it is. You shouldn't feel like that. No, stop it. Like you going too far. You're doing too much. Now I understand. I understand what they were going through and how they were feeling, and to hear and how do you say it? Like in hearing and hear it on the news or just watching movies or documentary, not even documentaries, but movies based on stuff about kids killing themselves because of this or committing suicide because of that and blah blah blah. I get it. That feeling, that hurt all up in here,
Watch me feel heavy.
that shit does not fucking budge. It doesn't give a damn about anything. It just sits there and lingers. All you can do is either sleep, work through it, and hopefully it goes away, but it don't. Because the moment you relax and clear your mind, it pops up.
That shit is like a tsunami.
Yeah, but I love myself way too much. I'm conceited to kill myself. But that feeling was there. It was like the only way to do that, the only way to get rid of this pain and stop this pain is not to be here, bro. Like I get why people would consider it, but I'm not. So it's not happening.
So at
So
what point did you flip the switch for yourself where you went from this is killing me, I'm suffocating, I can't do this, this shit is hard, this shit is heavy, it's overwhelming. Nah, I need to get back to me.
I
What
had good
triggered that?
friends. I had close friends. You just so happens to be my son's mom. Uh, my brother, yeah, cared enough to talk to me all day. A good friend of mine, Andrea, who's a man hater. As much as of a man hater she is, she she held me down. Like she would talk to me. She was upset that it
I
even
think we
happened to
all
me.
were.
That it even happened to me. But like y'all all spoke to me when I couldn't sleep. You stayed up with me all night, 3 in the morning, like, just talking to y'all. Priscilla and her husband at the time would take me out, like, "You coming out with us. We going to the bar. We going out to eat. We gotta get you to eat. You're losing too much weight. You this and that," so it was like a barrage. My brother waking me up, forcing me to eat, getting upset with me, and having deep talks with me, talking about he don't like seeing me like this and and that I need to get this shit, get it together and work it out and figure something out, you know. Even my mom would even speak to me here and there, but not as much as you
Everybody
guys
else.
did. And after a while, I would say after I came back from down south after my aunt had passed away and I was by myself. Like I didn't have nobody there besides my mom and my family, but it was like you would, like a significant other or there to be there with me. It was like, because the sisters are together and the aunts, they all and it's just me. I got some of my cousins, but they don't know what's going on. So every day I would just be sitting in the garage, in mom's garage, got the garage. She lived in a gated community, so, big house, and just watching cars go by and just drinking beer and just on the phone with you, on the phone with Andrea, on the phone. It's like, and just speaking to you guys, crying to you guys, which is something that I would have never thought. And when I got back, I was like, you know what? I gotta get my shit together. I gotta straighten this up. I got a son and a daughter that I gotta freaking worry about, take care of. So, you know, and I started to try it. I did my best to get back out there and just live life and not dwell on a situation at hand. I mean, it took a few months, but I got there and, it worked out, you know? And like I said, I don't hold no resentment. Have no anger or anything like that. I'm happy everybody's safe and healthy and, but it was a hard and trying time that I don't ever want to go through again, ever again.
Nah, I don't think anybody that
I
goes
wanted
through
to fight people just because it was just like, I don't like the way that dude looks. Punch him in his face type shit.
projection was what you were trying to do.
Yeah. I
You
was like,
weren't angry at them.
nah, I just
You
don't
just
like the way
couldn't
you look at the
strangle the
moment.
person who caused the anger. That was all.
And I can't even be mad at them because it wasn't their fault. You know, they were lied to, so it's not like it's their fault. So I can pretend like I was upset with them, but that's not who I was upset with. I was more upset with that person, myself, you know? So, but like I said, I didn't hold anything personal or at anymore.
Yeah. It takes some time to get there,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you get there.
So when I got there, I just said, you know what, just suck it up. It is what it is. And, move on with life and try and do better. Try and be a better person
And at the
and
same time, you realize, at some point after the heartache and the feeling like you're broken and you rebuild yourself back, do you get to a point where you realize, okay, this person was not my property. We were meant to experience each other, whether it was a short time or a long time.
right.
It's just in that moment, I enjoyed the time, but apparently this chapter has ended. On
Yeah.
to the next, because you don't want to keep rereading the chapter and not know how the book ends.
True. True. And, where we're at now. Our child is becoming a grown woman and even though she's only 15, but she act like she grown. Fucking kids these days.
Yes, yes.
you know? And, she's happy. I'm happy, you know? And
What was the
no one's
experience?
no one's holding anybody. It's a crazy it's crazy how life can so,
And damn near take you out.
take you out, yo. Literally take you out. It's like, damn. And
I think for
I
me,
love
it
my
was a
kids.
little different.
For
For
you,
me, it was more like I had to gather myself by myself.
that was your fault.
Yeah, it was. It was. I isolated and let my mind ruminate for a very long time, but I got it together.
Sure.
Got it
You still
together.
crazy.
I know that I was crazy before I went through that shit. That ain't never gonna change. I still ain't got no filter to an extent, but I think going through it by myself made it easier for me to be there when anybody else was going through something because I understood how hard it was and how lonely it felt and how overwhelming it felt, and it's just being a kid, that shit is hard. It's like you have to figure out your value again, figure out your purpose again, get
Yeah.
away from the thought of what did I do wrong to I ain't do shit wrong, I was mean. I just wasn't appreciated. And eventually, you get to that point because even the bullshit that I went through, physical, mental, whatever, you still have those emotions. So emotionally, you're still attached. When mentally, it's like I don't deserve that, but you still feel like you love this person.
Yeah,
So it's a hard detachment. But I don't. As far as the relationship, I don't have any resentment. You did what you did. I learned what I learned. My anger only stemmed from the stuff that happened to my child. I'm not going to say I hate this person. I don't have a care for this individual. If he was on fire, would I spit? Probably not. But it's neither here nor there. You live your life, I live mine. You stay over there, mine is in peace. Don't come over here trying to tear this shit down because we still have a child in common who is under the age of 18. Well, I ain't seen his ass come around for her in 2 years, so
can't be me. I'm too attached to my kids.
I know.
I wanna be around and be there for everything. It's you would have to I don't know what it would be for me to have to not be there. I will almost damn near lose my job to make sure I'm there, you
She
know?
just
My
turned
kids would
13
have
on
to tell me,
Thursday.
"It's okay, dad, don't come," for me to say for me to even consider not coming. So, you know me,
Yeah,
my daughter had a show. I went to work, got out of work early, drove 5 hours to see this show,
and then turn right
asked
back
her if
on.
she was gonna come home with me, and drove my ass right back home. It's for my kid. It is what it is.
She just turned 13 on Thursday.
Ooh, 13.
Nobody said I couldn't get a text message. You can't speak to her directly, but you could send me a message to her. Nothing.
Damn, 13.
Yeah, she's
Shit.
13. I got 5 more years. 1 more year till I can sign for them working papers.
Get her ass out there working. Shit. Mine's gonna be 16 this year. I don't know.
You ready?
She already sending me she's already sent putting me to work. She already sent me, "Okay, you need to get started and get ready because this is what she sent me." She's like, "This is what I want." I'm like, "Really?" "Yeah, so you need to get started, and you need to let Didi Priscilla know because she's decorating." I said, "Did you ask her?"
No, they
"Well,
don't ask. They just
since she likes
demand.
decor," huh?
They don't ask, they demand.
Yeah, she was like, "'Cause she likes decorating, and it'll be cheaper."
Considerate of you.
I appreciate it, like, really, and, especially since it's coming out of my pocket only. So, it's like, "Shit, right?" I ain't trying to work with her mom. I'm good. But I'm like, "Alright, fine. It is what it is." So, I sent
Yeah.
I sent the photos to Priscilla. "This is what your niece wants," and she told me to make sure I gave this to you because and she
You're
said,
decorating.
"Because you're decorating." She's like, "Thank you for letting me know." So she's like, "We need to start doing this now then, because it will be cheaper." Like, that's what she said.
That's why I'm sending it to
I was like, that's exactly what I said. I was like, "That's why I'm sending it to you." She was like, "So we need to get it." I was like, "I'm following your lead. You just tell me and I'll send the money and you order what you need, get it together. We just need to find a place to do it." But yeah, sweet 16,
when is it? This year
July
or next year?
18th
This
this
July?
year.
Okay.
I gotta be a dad. So I gotta get
That's
all this
it
stuff
after
prepared.
this.
Huh?
And this you only got 2 more years till she's 18 and
Till
no
she 8,
baby. Your
but then
kids
there's
are grown.
college. No, I'll spend money for college.
Your babies are grown.
Yeah. She decided to go to college. She's trying to be a nurse though, also,
Wow.
so pediatric nurse. So, yeah, got one being a physical trainer or physical something. I can't never remember his freaking credentials. But sh and then she's going to school now in high school for advanced medicine. I was like, "Well, at least I know I got somebody that can take care of me."
If they don't pay somebody to take care of you.
'Cause I was like, "My daughter's a nurse. Muscles and body aches and tendon issues, call my son." So but yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna be 16.
Mm. You believe
Shit.
that shit?
No, time flies.
Uh, Both of them were here for over the winter recess or whatever it was,
Mhm.
and we're having a conversation, and I'm just talking. I'm like, "Yeah, but you got another 3 years before college," and so on and so forth. Her and Dante looking at me like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, you got time, like, you know, high school and, you gotta fi" She's like, "Dad, I got 2 years." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" "No, you don't." "Dad, yeah, I'm in the 10th grade. I'm going to the 11th." I'm like, "You are? Oh, shit." It's like, "Why did I think you in the ninth?" It's like, she was like, "That's a damn shame, Dad." I'm like,
You ain't lying.
"I'm sorry. I still look at you as a little princess that,
Okay.
you went to bed with no breast, woke up with a whole lot of breast, and now you just think you're grown. No one warned me."
No, they don't.
Granted, I got a sister, but it's not the same.
No, you didn't change her diapers. You weren't there to fix all her boo-boos.
I caused a lot of my sister's boo-boos. Yeah, I didn't mean to be, but I had to be an older.
Oh, well, I had to be. I've never heard no shit like that. It was it was instilled in me, upon me.
Yes. This is what older brothers do. They torment the younger children, the younger siblings. We torture them and make them do everything. That's their job. They were born to do like I was born to do everything my mom wanted to not do. Then you guys were born to do the things that my mom wanted me to do that I don't wanna do. That's
Yeah.
your job. So that's how it went, except for my sister was stubborn and hard-headed.
Well, which one of y'all
Both
ain't?
the boys were too, but she was
Which one of y'all ain't?
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. It's a screwy family. It's definitely a screwy family.
But you
Yeah.
love him. You gotta love him. You can't do anything but love him.
Yeah, true. But, it is what it is.
My
So it's a
dog
lot.
is knocked out behind me.
Huh? Oh, the
My
dog?
doggy. She's knocked
Yeah.
out.
Wifey just passed and walked off.
Yay.
So, if she passed one more time, yeah, it's 11:30. That's like a warning. You know how y'all do. That's like an alarm. Passed 3 or 4 times. It's like, "Really? You didn't get everything when you first went by?"
No, because now
It's
you got
it's
4 minutes.
it's
This
like,
gotta end in 4
walk
minutes.
by.
You gotta go with her and go spend your quality time. Go
Get some
communicate and all that wonderful adulting stuff that happens in the bedroom.
the adulting stuff. That's what you wanna call
The
it?
fun stuff, at least.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, hey
It is a day of rest and relaxation, so you got 30 minutes before it's Monday.
that's right.
So give her her rest and relaxation.
I gotta work tomorrow.
Oh god, don't remind me. I was working on a report before this.
Uh, Shoot. I gotta all my patients, a lot of my nurses aren't in, so I'm changing up the schedule a little bit until we get some more nurses in.
They on strike up there too?
Nah, a lot of them are travelers, and one just quit. She
Oh,
switched over to per diem. So, and then the other one, after a certain amount of time, per diem's gotta be off for at least 30 days before before they be considered. Because if not, they become or considered a full-time, and they're not. So they gotta take time off so they can continue their per diem status, or they'll lose it. Not their per diem, their traveling status. So she took 30 days off, so she won't be back till March. Then the other one is now per diem, so she works like maybe twice a month. So now we real short on nurses. We just hired two, but now they got to learn. So therefore, they're not by themselves and prepared to. Yeah,
You sound like you got a busy Monday.
yeah, yeah. And go in for a 12-hour shift. Yeah.
May the Lord and the force be with you. It's 11:29. Time.
11:29.
Yeah, yeah, you
It's
better go.
11:29. 11:29.
You ain't gonna get me in trouble. I wouldn't.
Especially if she knows it's you, so she will probably wouldn't say nothing. But
One of parts. I respect that, Puerto Rican. That walk by just wasn't what walk by. You know exactly what that walk by meant, and so do I.
she didn't say nothing.
You ain't got it.
But
You've been doing this long. You should know better.
yeah, I
There's just
guess.
some things that don't need verbal communication.
Yeah, true, true, true. I guess. But yeah, I guess so. I mean,
Okay. Until next time, my darling.
until next time, everyone, we
Good
out.
night.
Till our next conversation, we will speak again.
Yes, we will.